Relative clauses may be difficult to understand, so let's start with this video and see if that can help you with your combining. First of all, relative clauses always begin with these words: who, whose, that, which, and whom, which drives students crazy because they never know when to use whom and whom. Now, don't worry about that. Really picky grammar teachers and writing teachers will give you a hard time about it, but for this class, just don't worry about it. Now, relative clauses do one thing. They modify nouns. And by modify, it means it describes nouns. It gives extra meaning to the noun. For example, the sportscaster, now there are a lot of them, but if you say who is on Channel 7, then you know exactly who the sportscaster is. Has never picked a winner yet. In the next example, she married a man. Well, what about that man? Whom she had met at work. So now we know a little bit more about the man. It describes the man, just as who is on Channel 7 describes the sportcaster. I contacted the person whose car I bumped into. What person did I contact? The car I bumped into. Whose car I bumped into. Now, I think you can see in those examples that the relative clause added more detail to the noun, to the thing that it was describing. It was making the noun more detailed and descriptive. Now, I have two sentences that you will find in the back of the second chapter, at the end of the second chapter. And let's see if we can figure out how to combine these using a relative clause and end up with one complete sentence that isn't a run-on sentence. Paper clips were invented by a Norwegian Jew named Johan Valler in 1899. That's the first sentence. The second one, paper clips were worn by Norwegians during World War II as a symbol of defiance of their Nazi occupiers. Notice paper clips is being repeated, so that looks like the noun that we will probably want to describe. So, we might want to say paper clips, which were invented by the Norwegian Jew named Johan Valler in 1899, were worn by Norwegians during World War II as a symbol of defiance of their Nazi occupiers. Notice what I did. Let me show you again. We added the word which to show which were invented. And then notice paper clips doesn't need to be said again because we've got it up here. Were worn by Norwegians during World War II as a symbol of defiance of their Nazi occupiers. Now notice what I did here. I put commas around the relative clause, and many times you're going to want to do that because, especially in a long sentence, it makes it easier for the reader to read, but also because paper clips, which were invented, it's not what we call a restrictive, that we're only talking about the paper clips that this Norwegian invented. There can be other kinds of paper clips. Paper clips, which were orange. Paper clips, which were mangled. So because it's not describing all paper clips at all times, we want to make sure that we put the commas to show paper clips, only the ones that were invented by the Norwegian Jew. I hope this helps you understand relative clauses. If you need to, watch it more than once. Take notes. Refer to it if you need to as you write your sentences. Thank you.